What's up, guys? I just want to I haven't made a video in a while, and I've been really slacking. I'm not even gonna lie. Just Bitcoin went crazy. Ever since Bitcoin went fucking crazy, I've just been maintaining the group stuff, and then just I put a lot of videos on hold. The YouTube channel set up, a lot of things on hold, and really, like, my focus today is to take some time away from the computer, and I'll forward the calls. But I just kind of want to catch up on a lot of things, like loose end stuff that I need to do, and just really kind of map out a Monday to Friday routine that includes daily videos, if possible, um, daily work on a membership site that I'm going to open to the public, but you guys get for free. So you guys get the membership site for free, but then the other one I'm going to promote it through my YouTube channel. And just some other things, just get my head straight. Last week, I didn't lose money last week, but fuck, I moved in and out of alts with BTC, and when I moved back, I missed the moves back in, and I missed some really big moves last week, but it's all good. We're going to have I think a crazy 2018 that I think with the right calls, we can all be at least a one millionaire, if not a 2, 3, 4, 5 millionaire. So what I want to talk about right now is that I entered this position on Ethereum Classic. I put in a quarter of a Bitcoin, and then I margined the rest at this point here. Let me just show you. So all these other coins popped off, except for OMG and NEO and Ethereum Classic. And Ethereum Classic looks really good on the BTC pair. Really, really good. And I decided to fuck it, get in on it, because I think we're just going to start making a move up into this area, this upper area at least. Zooming out on the daily, it's a classic pattern. We got down to here. We did the retrace. We double bottomed. We double top here, and now we're in the low section. Like if you draw this out from that high, this is always where I like to buy my shit coins, is in the bottom fib area, because here is like this is your upside, and what's your downside down here? You know what I mean? It's not much, Like, I don't think Ethereum Classic is going to die, especially with Ethereum taking off and becoming so strong and continuing to become stronger. This one will pick shit up because noobs don't know any better, and they think, oh, well, this is Ethereum too, I'm going to buy this. And I saw it happen like in the beginning of the year when Ethereum had its run. Ethereum Classic went up. So this is another good coin to position yourself in. The BTC value is very low. I mean, if BTC doesn't get impulsive, this thing could still run, but I put in a quarter of a Bitcoin, and then I have a margin position just put below my entry. I'm trying to catch a wick on that and carry it up. One thing that caught my eye about this was, let me see if I can pull this up here. Pull it up on the 3 hour. Like a cluster of volume was coming in. There was some selling, but this big volume spike. We just had this huge volume spike. And if you look at all these coins that have taken off, there's always this one, it's like normal volume, and then there's just one massive spike, and then it pulls back down, and then it continues up. So this thing might even go sideways for the next 2-3 days. So I picked up a small position. I'm going to try to margin the rest of it. And then once we get out over this cloud, I will, I don't know what I'll do. Because the profit from the margin position, I just want to put it into buying maybe more for a hold, or putting it into something else. But yeah, the thing I wanted to talk about was, I think it was on the 15th. Yeah, so just keep looking at candles. Candles give a lot of noise. Candles are good for entries because you predict wicks, and you can kind of get an idea of how much buying and selling support was in there. However, they can be kind of like, what I like to do now is that I like to draw. Let me big screen this shit. I like to draw it out, draw out the candles. So over here we had a descending pattern that broke. You know, we could even probably draw it out a bit more. You know, we had a descending pattern. We broke out of it, and now there's another one from here to here I drew. We broke out of it. But what happens is that when you switch format, when you switch to the line, right? See what I mean? Like now we broke up about it. A lot of times you draw the descending patterns or any kind of pattern, and then switch to the line, and you'll see if there's a lot of noise. See, this one doesn't have a lot of noise. This one is pretty consistent. However, if you really want to see the power of what I'm talking about, check it out on BTC. Like BTC has so much noise, right? BTC is one of those coins where it's really hard to play and predict because there's so much noise. But let me see format. Okay, where was this? This was 16. I don't want to fucking. So this was the play. That ascending triangle we were in. Right, it was something like this. Yeah, up to here. Before we broke out of it, we went up and we were playing this ascending triangle. And just switch these colors off a bit so it's easier to see. Right? So on the candle chart, you're like, okay, you know, we're playing this big range. However, as soon as you switch to the line chart, you know, it's a bit different. There's not as much points touching each other. And if you take this and you go on like a 6 hour to open and close, you see that, you know, these things were noise. These sides, a lot of it were overextension. And then once we take this to the 1 day, you know what I mean? Then you really see what's happening. You know, if you take this on the 1 day candle, all these areas are full. You know, but now look, we're on a daily. That's why I knew Bitcoin was bull after 3 days ago, because when I was starting to go back to the line chart, I was like, yo, this line chart is showing that anything bought under here is just straight getting bought. And you don't really see it with the candles. The candles can be kind of deceptive. We're playing this huge range, but over here you see it's bull as fuck. And now look, now we're closing really high. So now I have the fib drawn from the 3000 China FUD to, where did I draw it to? 1145 was where we broke out of 10K. And then we made a run to here, double topped it, and then broke out. And then I drew from, now the next target is 25,000. So I drew, let me get rid of these. And then I drew a fib between the 1.618 and the 216. And now I can kind of track of where we are. So, you know, I feel like now we might get I don't think we're going to get a pullback to this area. We might go 19 and 20, 21, 23, and then 25 over here. If the alts aren't getting bled, then we'll see what the play is there. There might be some bleeding once we get to this upper area. I think it might get impulsive around here, or even if we break 20. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to tell you guys to draw your patterns, and then afterwards look at them on like higher time frames, 12, 6, 1 day on the line chart, and get an idea of like of how bullish and bearish things are. You know, if this thing was going down, like closing down, you would think, okay, we're weak, we're getting, but look how far we are away from that original trend line. We're closing really high from that trend line, you know. Um, so yeah, that's, I definitely recommend. I got to do this more and more. I learned this from Picasso, but I mean, I got to do this more and more. You know, like look over here. You know, yeah, you can kind of still see it with the regular candles, but the line chart just makes it super clean. Um, yeah, that was it. All right, guys, take care. Shit.